don't know. I'm going to give you guys some tools, some detox parasites protocols you guys can look into. Now, nothing I share is professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. You have to do your own research. You have to find the winning combination for yourself. Work with your doctor, naturopathic doctor. Find your winning combination. When we learn about our own personal health, we need to actually draw the map as we go. Certain things that I share with you, maybe some things may be applicable, but you're going to mix and match. As you're on this journey, I think many of you, if you're watching this video, you're on different health journeys. And on this journey, you're going to come across different protocols, different practitioners, and how they do different things. This isn't a one-size-fits-all for everyone. You're going to go along, you're going to find winning combinations for yourself. Okay, because everyone's starting point is a little bit different. Next, I'm going to talk about liver health, okay, introduction to liver health, and also a little bit of introduction to kidney health as well, how that's going to help you elevate your health game to the next level. Now, just another regular guy. I had a lot of health issues in my last decade. Even though when I was going to the gym, I had a personal trainer, I had workout plans, nothing was working. I had a lot of weight loss rebound. I would lose a few pounds and then gain it all back and then some. I think many of you can probably relate to my story. Now, this is a photo of me taken just a few months ago. I have completely reversed a lot of those problems. I no longer have weight loss rebound, and I have a shredded physique all year round without going to the gym. I have not been going to the gym for a couple of years now. Now, doesn't mean I don't exercise, doesn't mean I'm lazy and just laid around, eat potato chips, but there are certain things that I do and know that could be very helpful for you on this journey. I learned a lot about my digestive system and how I can clean it out comprehensively. Now, many people all over the world, they're chronically constipated. I'm going to teach you guys how to fix it, okay? Number one, we first understand how your digestive system works. Food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, into your stomach. Inside your stomach, you have your digestive enzymes breaking down the food. And over time, food will enter your small intestines next. Your small intestines is incredibly long. It is 4.5 meters, roughly 15 feet. Then food will enter your large intestines next, which is another 1.5 meters in length, roughly 5 feet. Okay? So this is a very long piece of pipework. What is chronic constipation? Many of you, I'm just going to help you define it. You have a lot of waste material trapped inside your colon right now, your large intestine, this 1.5 meters in length. We all have the same digestive system. I don't care what your political beliefs are. I don't care what your religious background. None of that stuff. I speak the language of detox. I speak the language of human physiology. But when it comes to the digestive system, we're categorically the same. The only difference is that some people, they may have much longer digestive systems than others because they're much taller. And some people are shorter, they may have a shorter digestive system. When you're chronically constipated, you have waste material trapped inside the colon that's not exiting. As we're looking at this slide number 5, we need to go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right. Most people cannot perform this basic function. And how do you know if you're chronically constipated? It's very simple. Are you going to the bathroom every single day, multiple times a day? That's the key performance indicator you must have for your health. That's how you keep yourself on track. How do you know if your bowel movements are on point? Can you get the waste material out of your body? Whatever you eat through your mouth, it must exit out the back as waste material, bowel movements, and it's a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, for many years of my life, I did not perform this basic function. I would go every couple of days, maybe 2 to 3 days, 3 to 4 days. And over time, it was getting so backed up, I wouldn't even go for 5 to 6 days at a time. Many people all over the world are struggling with this problem. Another way you can learn and understand your digestive system is taking a quick look at this alimentary canal. Alimentary simply means nourishment or food in Latin. So from this diagram, it's a much easier way to understand your own digestive system. Once again, food enters your mouth, down the esophagus, into your stomach. Food enters your small intestines next for nutrient absorption, and this is the 4.5 meters in length, roughly 15 feet, followed by the large intestine, 1.5 meters, 5 feet in length, fecal formation, and out the back for elimination. What goes in must go out. Your digestive system is 20 feet long, roughly 6 meters. I want to give you a little bit of perspective what that's all about. If you're looking at an NBA basketball hoop, okay, everyone has done that at some point. So from the floor to the basketball rim is 10 feet off the floor, or roughly 3 meters. The combined length of your small and large intestines is having 2 of them. So you have one NBA hoop and you want to stack another NBA hoop on top of that. That combined height, that combined length is your small and large intestines combined. That's how long it is. Now through years of eating, you simply have a lot of trash stuck in this pipework right now. I don't care if it's in the small or the large intestines. Today I'm going to teach you how to get rid of all that waste material. Now how do I know this is a major problem around the world? I know a little bit about keyword analysis. When I want to dive into a market, I want to learn how many people are actually keying in specific keywords. For example, constipation. How many people are keying in constipation year over year? Is this number increasing or decreasing over time? And as I found, this keyword has never contracted. Okay, doesn't matter what the stock market is doing. Okay, doesn't matter what the real estate market is doing. The number of people keying in constipation relief or different permutations. Oh, I have chronic constipation. I need relief right now. Find me a laxative. Those keywords, search volumes are only going up. Not just in the English language, also in Spanish, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, Chinese, Korean, Russian, Arabic, Dutch, Turkish, Polish, Swedish, Danish. You guys get the idea. We have constipation worldwide. When your elimination is incomplete, that means your residues of old feces, they've been building up in layers on the walls of the colon. As they putrefy, they can cause health problems, pain, and discomfort. Now, I did a quick chat GPT, and it told me what are some of the problems you could experience if you're dealing with chronic constipation. You could be dealing with bloating and gas, abdominal pain, rectal bleeding, hemorrhoids, anal fissures, impaction, discomfort and general malaise, urinary problems, psychological impact, changes in bowel habits, right? The struggle is very real. When you're looking at this slide, many of you can probably relate to this photo. You're putting in the work. You're huffing and puffing, begging and pleading. You got veins popping out the side of your temples. Maybe you don't believe in God. You start to make some prayer during those times. You start to earnestly pray to have a proper bowel movement. Okay? And after all that work, what did you get? You get a small little pebble. The struggle is very real. Can you relate? And many people are experiencing this on the daily. Many people in their elderly care centers, that's all they want. They just want to eat a simple meal and have a bowel movement. That's all they pray for, but they cannot get it because they've been backed up for such a long time. And this is a constant struggle. Another way you can look at chronic constipation, it's like the plumbing of your house, okay? Water goes in, water goes out. Many of you probably had a toilet that's been backed up and now it's overflowing. That waste material must exit into the sanitary sewer, where if you have a garbage disposal that becomes messed up, gets broken, you gotta fix it right away. Because many people, they don't fix this right away, and now the whole house smells like compost. It smells like waste material. And many people, they're experiencing this, and you wonder why They have whole body deodorants now in 2024. It's not just armpit, okay? They have whole body deodorants that you can lather all over your body. What's the reason for that? I think chronic constipation has to contribute to that foul body odor because people cannot get that waste material out. As a result, all that nasty material, waste material, is going to putrefy and exude and ooze through your skin as you sweat, as you go to the gym, but you still can't get that waste material out. It has to ooze through the orifices of your skin. Today I'm going to share with you a simple protocol that I've been using over 5 years. I taught this to my family members, I taught this to hundreds of people all around the world, how to get this done. So I want to share with y'all how to get it done in the comfort of your own home. The directions are specific and they are important. Now you may find other protocols online, and how they mix it together and how they drink it is vastly different than how I do it. So this is another tool that you could use on your journey. You want to get some apple cider vinegar without any sugar added. Next, you're going to choose between limes, lemons, or grapefruit. I highly recommend using grapefruit. Get yourself some fine grained pink salt. Okay, and this is black coffee prepared separately. Now, I want you guys to screenshot this. These are all the tools you got to get. And get yourself a kit so you can have this with you, you can use every single week. Detox is not something that you do every once in a while. You must schedule it into your schedule, into your calendar, and you schedule around it. And that's how I've been doing my detox protocol to recover my own personal health. This is a bottle of water, has about 2 liters in volume. Over here, you have a metal mesh strainer. Okay, get yourself another one. You may have one, but get yourself another set. This is a single press squeezer for your limes, lemons, or grapefruit. Over here, this is apple cider vinegar. This is fine grained pink salt. If you do not want to use pink salt, you're worried about the sodium content, you can get food grade Epsom salt. Just go on Amazon, go on any website or health food stores. You want to get the food grade Epsom salt. Do not use Dr. Teal's Epsom salt. That's for soaking purposes. That's only for topical, not for consumption. Get yourself another set of measuring spoons, measuring cups. They must say the amount of milliliters on them. The measurements I'll be giving you, they must be done accurately. Over here, this is a stainless steel thermos. It has a volume over 1 liter. And over here, these are stainless steel straws, okay? Because the taste of the sulfurous solution may not be very pleasant for most. So I highly recommend y'all to get some stainless steel straws to help you avert the taste. Over here, this is another stainless steel cup to put your black coffee without any sugar or cream added. Now, if you don't drink black coffee, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to drink it at all. So you can screenshot this. This is what you need to get at the grocery store. So once again, I don't care if you have these items in your kitchen. Get yourself another set so you have it in a bag you can just reach for every single week. Now, I do detox protocols every single week, once a week. There are only 52 weeks in a year, and I take every opportunity to elevate my health to the next level. Now, some people, they just don't have the time. For them, it could be once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks. You have to find your own rhythm. Now I'm going to teach you how to mix everything in the stainless steel thermos, okay? Now, a couple of things I want to just put it out there. I want you to be as relaxed as possible. You want to practice some deep diaphragmatic breathing. You can listen to Rachmaninoff, Piano Concerto 2, Movement 2. You don't have to listen to this classical music. You can find whatever you want. But it's going to help you get into a very relaxed state. The more relaxed you are, the better. Okay? So you're breathing through your nose, and you can feel your stomach rising up and down. Many of you may have children. You can just imagine your child who's sleeping as a child, they're always deep breathing. They always automatically get into that deep diaphragmatic breathing. But as adults, we're always anxious. We're breathing, upper chest area, very shallow breathing. And you need to learn and return back to that deep diaphragmatic breathing. Selfless protocol, I want you to just follow through on these set of directions. So the night before, you're finishing dinner around 7:30 p.m. No more late night snacks. You can still drink water, drink some liquids, that's perfectly fine, but you're not eating after 7:30. The next morning, when you wake up, you're not eating any breakfast. So let's just pretend we're going to do the selfless protocol on a Saturday, Friday night, finishing dinner around 7:30 p.m., no late night snacks. Liquids okay. Next morning, Saturday, no breakfast, liquids okay. Just a little bit. At 11 a.m. on an empty stomach, you want to make this in a stainless steel thermos. You're adding 1 tablespoon and 2 teaspoons of pink salt or food grade Epsom salt. So a tablespoon is 15 ml. Each teaspoon is 5 ml. You're going to use a total of 25 milliliters of fine grained pink salt or food grade Epsom salt. Pick one. You're going to cut and squeeze 3 lemons or limes or 1 grapefruit. You're going to cut it up. You're going to squeeze it through the single press squeezer, and you're going to filter it through the metal mesh strainer. Okay, these directions are important. I want you to remove all the seeds, all the pulp from the solution. Next, you're going to add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. That's about 60 ml, 1/4 cup, 60 ml. Okay. Next, you're going to add 2.5 cups of hot water and stir. You can stir for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, I don't care. You want to make sure all the salt dissolves evenly in the stainless steel thermos. Afterwards, since it's winter time, I want you to add another cup of hot water and stir. The volume of this self-flush solution is going to be right around 1 liter. Okay? On your table, after you mix everything, there are only 3 things on this table. Water, okay, the bottled water, you have the self-flush solution, prepare in a stainless steel thermos, also the black coffee in a stainless steel cup. Notice how all these items on the table, you cannot break, okay? I don't want you to use anything glass, ceramic that could shatter either through thermal shock or since you're running to the bathroom, we're going to produce such a laxative effect you never experienced before. You may be knocking things to the bathroom. Now you have shattered glass on the floor. You may slip and fall, right? And you slip and fall on broken glass, you're going to end up at the ER. And the ER doctor can't figure you out because you're so shouldn't be out of behind, but you still got glass stuck to your body. And then they're like, well, what did you do to yourself? You're like, I don't know what happened. I watched this guy on YouTube. So please don't mention my name. Okay, you're on your own. None of this professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment. You're gonna have to find the winning combination for yourself. Now I'm going to teach you how to shrink this down properly. Okay, there is a specific set of directions I want you to go about doing this to maximize your success. Number 1, you're going to take a tiny sip. Remember I said it's a tiny sip of this bottle of water. Hold it in your mouth. It's so tiny, it's just covering your tongue, covering their teeth a little bit. So when you start to consume the self-flush solution, it's not going to be that shocking. So self-flush solution, you're either using the stainless steel straw or you're just going to pick it up and take a small sip to begin with and put it down. Okay? And you're going to take a tiny sip of the black coffee to reward yourself with a familiar taste. That kind of gives you a little bit of motivation to repeat this process over and over again because it's not going to taste great. So tiny sip of this water, hold it in your mouth. Then you're going to take a small gulp of the self-flush solution, drinking it down. Step 3, you're going to take a tiny sip of the black coffee reward yourself with a familiar taste. You're not trying to drink the water, okay? You're not trying to chuck the water. You're not trying to drink the coffee. Take a tiny sip of the water, and over time, you're gonna start to take a bigger gulp of the sulfurous solution, drinking it down, and take a tiny sip of black coffee, okay? You're gonna repeat steps 1 through 3, 1 through 3, 1 through 3, but the goal is to put down the sulfurous solution first. So here are the directions. Slide number 18, sip on the bottle of water, hold it in your mouth. Take a big gulp of the sulfurous solution. When you first start doing this, it may be too hot, so don't drink it right away. The temperature should be about the same as that black coffee, okay? Hot black coffee. But over time, you're going to get familiar with the taste, and you're going to be able to take down bigger gulps. This is not a race. That's another mistake a lot of people make with this. They think that I have to finish this very fast. They may find other protocols online. No, don't do that. You can take 45 minutes. You can take an hour. You can take an hour and a half. I don't care. And if the sulfurous solution becomes cool for whatever reason, heat it back up. If you have that throw up feel, do not drink it, okay? Anytime you feel like throwing up, do not drink. Just relax, set everything aside, and do nothing until those feelings subside. Then you go back to drinking the sulfurous solution. The goal is to finish the sulfurous solution first, okay? We're trying to clean the small and large intestines. The process of doing so, I want you guys to have an empty stomach so there's nothing obstructing the sulfurous solution from going through. When you first start drinking the sulfurous solution, your stomach doesn't even know what it is, so they could be very anxious. That's why we want to be as relaxed as possible, deep diaphragmatic breathing, so the sulfurous solution can bypass the pyloric sphincter into your small intestines. Your small intestine has been caked up with so much waste material over the years. It has the surface area of a football field. So think about all the food eaten all over the years, all the McDonald's, all the Burger Kings, the Bojangles, the poutines, Costco samples, all your frozen pizzas, your chitlin and collard greens. There's still remnants of all that garbage in the small intestine. And the small intestine is much longer than your large intestine. Wouldn't it be important for you to clean that out comprehensively? And so that's what we do. You're going to take steps 1 through 3, take 45 minutes, take an hour and a half. Gradually put down the sulfurous solution. Now when the time comes, okay, it's different for everybody, you're going to have the unction to use the bathroom, okay? First, you're going to experience some solids coming out. You're never trying to force anything to happen. You're never trying to force the waste material to go out. You should just sit on the toilet and it should fall out, okay? If it's not happening, if you sit on the toilet, nothing is coming out, even though you have that feel, get back up again. You can take some small steps, okay? You can do some light stretching around the house. Over time, after you finish the sulfurous solution, solids are going to first come out, and over time, it's going to transition over to soft poop, all right? Then it's going to be really, really soft poop. When this happens, I want you to strike while the iron is hot. You still have plenty of water in that bottled water. You can take this into the bathroom with you to add more pressure to the top of your digestive system to flush out even more waste material. What's going to happen is that you're going to realize, oh, you have all these solids coming out. Solids, maybe you had a lot of backed up trash in the colon, they're coming out. And some of you may be shocked because some of them could be coming out pitch black, like the color of my t-shirt. Because a lot of y'all, you are so backed up. It has hardened inside the large intestine. As it becomes softer and softer, you're expelling the waste material from the small intestine and it becomes really, really soft, you start to realize, wow, even the salt flush that I drank earlier is now in the toilet. Now I'm going to strike while the iron is hot by adding more water pressure to the top of my digestive system to really release the kraken in slide 21. You're going to experience a diarrhea tsunami, you guys understand? Expelling all the waste material from both the small and large intestines. Want to warn you guys, the smell of this waste material coming out, it is worse than roadkill, okay? So warn your family and loved ones in advance, where you got to have a fan, okay? Kind of like bring some ventilation into the bathroom, because it's so awful. You're going to blow up your toilet, okay? And most people, when I share this with them, they don't believe me. They just think that John is just making up stuff. This is hyperbole. This is exaggeration. If you do this right, if you follow my set of directions, talking about the timing, okay, a little bit of fasting, right? And you're pacing yourself, drinking this down, making sure the solution is nice and hot. It should never become cold, because hot expands, cold contracts. Right now, I'm working on getting your pipes expand a little bit with this temperature so they can really do some deep cleaning within, okay? Now, when you're also in the bathroom, I highly recommend you guys get some type of a stool. We're not designed to use the bathroom at a 90 degree. Human beings, we're designed to use the bathroom in a squatting position. Many people are dealing with all sorts of digestive problems because they've been sitting at the 90 degree for such a long time. The 90 degree toilet, sitting at that angle, is what's causing a lot of colorectal problems, which we'll discuss later. So I'm just going to come back into my presentation, see if any questions for any of y'all coming in. Hello. So I'm going to teach you guys, what do? You're releasing the kraken. You are drinking more water pressure, okay? And over time, you'll notice the waste material, the color that is coming out should become lighter and lighter and lighter, okay? That's how you know you're really doing a very deep cleaning. Getting the waste material from both the small and large intestines out of your body, okay? And after you finish the water, okay, the water should become lighter and lighter. You just relax and don't do anything. And the first thing you want to do after you relax a little bit is take some probiotics. Probiotics are extremely important for your microbiome. It provides a protective layer over your small and large intestines. Many people, they've been loading themselves up with whole sorts of antibiotics. And when you do that, it's going to create a lot of inflammation. It's going to create an ulcerative surface. Don't do that. Take some probiotics, recoat back up this pipework. This pipework that is 20 feet, 6 meters long, gives it the protection that it needs. Next, I'm going to teach you guys make your own Gatorade. And you can do a combination of coconut water, watermelon juice, pomegranate. Maybe you throw a lime in there. Mix all this up, add a bit of pink salt, okay? This is like your own Gatorade to replenish your electrolytes. The sodium, chloride, potassium, calcium, magnesium. As you're doing the salt flush protocol, you're actually depleting a lot of your electrolytes, and that's not good. You want to replenish back up your electrolytes right away. So don't eat any food right away. Replenish your electrolytes first. Once again, coconut water, pomegranate, okay, a little bit of lime or lemon, watermelon, add a bit of pink salt, replenish with minerals, okay? It is fantastic tasting, you'll love it. And I don't want you to drink this cold, okay? Drink it at room temperature. There are a lot of electrolyte powders on the market. I just haven't tried any of them. I can't really comment on it. But some people, they roll with stuff like this, right? So you want to look at how they actually make these electrolyte and trace minerals. Are they using real ingredients, or are they synthetic? Okay, so the first meal you want to eat, it must be very soft. I'm talking about congee, nothing complicated. Okay, do not eat a heavy meal. You might throw up. This is your opportunity to let your digestive system rest. If you're not hungry, you don't have to eat right away. You can just let your body rest and let your digestive system have a time of peace, right? Because we just eat and eat and eat. That's the problem with Western society. It doesn't matter where you are these days. People overeat, okay? Now, I want to also share with you some protocols or different tools that could be helpful on your journey if you're struggling with digestive health. You know your colon is backed up. Maybe my protocol might not be the first thing that you do. You may have to do a colon hydrotherapy or colonic as your first thing that will help you relieve your chronic constipation. Okay? Think about your problem. You got to think about how you can defy and conquer this problem. And colon hydrotherapy could be a tool that you use on your journey. So over here, when you go to a colon hydrotherapist, they're going to have you lay down on this apparatus with your feet kicked up. And what they're going to do, they're going to put in hot water through your rectum. Yes, that's what they're going to do. So over here, they're putting in this hot water. Temperature of this water is going to be slightly higher than your body temperature. Because many of y'all, your colon is completely messed up. This is where you got to start. Get that waste material out of the colon. And over time, some of y'all need to go multiple times in a week because you're that backed up. It is that messed up for y'all. So once this is all cleared up, then you have the confidence of doing my protocol, which will also clean the small intestine. Okay? So I just want to go through, see if you guys have any questions for me. I want to check on my different streams. Alright, that's a good sign, Mike. Now I'm going to go over some liabilities concerns because many of you ignore your early signs of chronic constipation. What are the early signs? If you're not going to the bathroom every single day, you could be looking at a toxic megacolon down the line. This is a life-threatening complication, inflammatory bowel diseases, characterized by swelling, dilation, of the large intestine, due to the inflammation and accumulation of large amount of gas. I'm telling y'all, this is more than just gas. Just because I'm reading from these different medical websites doesn't mean I agree with everything that they write. This is all the Taco Bells, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, the Bojangles, the Cheddars, the Cracker Barrel, the Poutines, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings. We got the Costco frozen pizzas. What else do we have? All that stuff. Baskin Robbins ice cream. Not getting out. Not getting out. What does doctor do? They had to remove this colon completely. Oh, they got a whole bunch of surgeries lined up for you. You want to learn about these surgeries as early as possible to give you a healthy dose of fear to resolve your chronic constipation early as possible. Over here we have a left hemicolectomy on slide 29. So the doctors, they had to remove this descending portion of the colon and they just reattach the remaining sections like it's a USB port. This is a colostomy. The doctors removed this disease portion, this very tail end portion of the descending section, and they had to install a stoma, which is a hole that they create in the abdominal wall so they can put a bag. Their entire Facebook pages or Instagram, people that share about this, TikTok videos, and that's all they talk about. How do you manage this bag for the rest of your life? If you want to avoid this, you must restore your daily KPI, which is bowel movements. This is something called a right hemicolectomy. The doctors remove the ascending portion of the colon, right? Once again, after they remove it, they reattach the small intestine to the remaining sections like a USB port. This is an ileoanal anastomosis. The doctors remove the colon completely. Over here in slide 28, they remove the colon. What do they do next? They use the remaining portion of your small intestine. Remember, the small intestine is very long. It is 4.5 meters. So they reuse that remaining section of the small intestine and they create a pouch around the anus. You'll likely have several watery bowel movements daily, or you'll be using adult diapers for the rest of your life. Ulcerative colitis, also very common. People that have different symptom flare-ups. It's a combination of diarrhea, bloody stools, abdominal cramping. And in a situation like this, doctors prescribe a lot of corticosteroids or immunosuppressants. What these things are, they suppress the immune function. So in the short term, you may not have these symptom flare-ups, but you haven't resolved the root of the problem. So for many individuals, doctors just keep throwing down antibiotics. Very likely you'll be dealing with the ulcerative colitis. Crohn's disease, another inflammatory bowel disease. This is inflammation that could take place in the small intestine and colon. What are some of the different symptoms? It could be tiredness, blood in the stool, stomach aches and cramps, diarrhea, the different risk factors, medications, antibiotics, birth control pill, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as aspirin, ibuprofen, high-fat diet. Listen, a lot of the drugs that we take, especially these OTC drugs, they do have side effects and they do mess up your microbiome. For people that are severely chronically constipated, they're straining on the toilet all the time. They may have a rectal prolapse as a result. Basically, they're pushing and straining on the toilet. So their rectum is pushing out. A lot of elderly, you get around them, they have this really weird elderly smell, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Because many of them, they struggle with this. They're chronically constipated, and they've gone down on that path. Many people, they see their GI doctors. Doctors throw down another laxative. One day is, oh, you have GERD. Another day you have SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Another day it's H. pylori. Constantly throwing down drugs, constantly throwing down a whole bunch of medications. Still, they cannot resolve their chronic constipation. Or people are dealing with anal fissures. These are cracks. These are breaks right around the anus. And when you talk to the doctor about rectal prolapse, they always tell you things that, well, there's no clear-cut cause, all right? Estimated 30% to 67% of patients with chronic constipation, infrequent stools or severe straining. Additional 15% have diarrhea. They said that, well, this could be linked to giving birth multiple times for vaginal delivery. However, as many as 35% of patients with rectal prolapse never gave birth, and it can occur in men. There might be some genetic predisposition to this condition. In other words, some patients are more prone, based on their genes, to develop this condition while others don't. They always have this type of verbiage. They always have this type of reasoning, okay? Many people just straight up have chronic constipation. But don't worry, they have these people called proctologists that will come here to help you. If you go to your GP, they're going to refer you to a proctologist and they are going to examine you, okay? People like this guy, they're going to use their latex glove, put on their latex gloves, they're ready to examine you. They make a lot of money, I'm talking about. 500,000 easy per year. What are they going to do? They're going to examine your behind. They're going to say, well, we've been finding some anal abscesses and fistulas. We're looking at some rectal prolapse. Okay, we're looking at some anal fissures. And we're also looking at some hemorrhoids. Okay, many people, they do have hemorrhoids, internal or external hemorrhoids. But we're going to fix you up. Fix you right up. These are just simple surgeries that you can do. You're in and out, okay? But the problem is, have you really resolved the root of the problem? If we go back to slide number 5, what you're dealing with is chronic constipation. If you cannot fix this problem, the proctologist is messing around doing some search around your anus. Don't you think in the future, if you cannot go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right, you're going to develop new hemorrhoids. You're going to develop new anal fissures, new rectal prolapse. You guys understand? That's what they want. They don't want you to figure out how to fix this problem. What are some of the liabilities concerns if you don't fix chronic constipation? You may be dealing with fecal vomiting. Somebody asked, has anyone vomited fecal matter because it couldn't go down? What is it to do about it? Somebody said, please go to the ER, this is dangerous. Due to that mechanical intestinal obstruction inside the small and large intestines, I just say, your large intestine can no longer pack in more waste material. You're already dilated to such a point where it can go no more. Well, you're still going to get hungry, you're still going to eat. That waste material is going to start to work its way backwards through the small intestines. Okay? And over time, all that waste material is going to end up in your stomach, and you're going to have that violent reverse peristalsis and throw up your own feces. This is a study at a LA County Harbor Hospital. In a 2-year period, they had 23 cases of this fecal and vomiting. If you do the math, that's about 1 per month. You're working at the ER, there's going to be a day, sometime in a month, you can expect somebody to come in with fecal and vomiting. Now, I've been diving deep into different Facebook forums, Reddit forums. There are no answers out there for these individuals. Many of them, they're posting with their public account, so I had to cover their names. I'm just telling y'all, they're so desperate. They're posting with their public accounts, trying to look for answers. They're saying things like, I'm impacted. All home remedies, OTC laxatives, enemas, dietary changes, additions, nutritional oils, quit working last month all of a sudden. The ER couldn't reach it, and their enemas didn't work. The highest doses of lenses does nothing. And the Miralax colonoscopy prep is giving me overflow diarrhea. Small bits are coming off the impaction, probably from the hospital enemas I got Saturday. What else can I do? I feel like the impaction is just way too big to get out, and it seems like nothing is softening it enough. You guys understand? Put yourself in the shoes of individuals that are experiencing tremendous amounts of discomfort. You don't have to wait until you're in this state. When they mention about different medications, I don't care if that is OTC, I don't care if that is prescription strength, why don't you look them up? Look them up, find out what their side effects are, okay? And does it actually work? People have gone down this path. The GP refers them to GI doctors. They've gone down that path trying all sorts of different things. Did it resolve their chronic constipation? No. So there must be a lot of things that are currently off our radar screen that we must examine and look at the different liabilities concerns from a fresh angle. Somebody else says, hello, I've been struggling with severe chronic constipation for a couple of years now, but it's only gotten worse over the last 6 months or so. I've been prescribed Trulance and lenses, highest doses for both, and neither of those medications are working very well for me at this point. I can pass a little bit of stool, but not much, so I'm constantly extremely backed up. I have to spend about half my waking hours lying down because I'm so bloated and nauseous and often in pain. As far as OTC laxatives, nothing really works there either. Docalax, enema, suppositories, magnesium citrate, Nothing works. I was supposed to have a colonoscopy today, but couldn't keep the bowel prep down. The procedure had been rescheduled for a month from now, and one of the nurses at my GI office prescribed a pill-based cleanse. The pill is called Sutab, and I was warned ahead of time that patients often have trouble completely emptying their bowels with this pill. So given my struggles, I'm doubtful that this will actually work for me. Here's my question. Has anyone here gone to the point where nothing works, meds or OTC laxatives, and had to have some sort of in-office medical procedure done? I am so sick and so miserable. What about professional colonics? I'm not even sure how those work. If anyone has any advice or experience with this, I'd be very grateful if you could share with me what you ended up doing and what the outcome was like. You will find thousands and thousands of these stories online. These are not unique at all. These are not unique. I've gone down through these different forums, and before you go down on that path, that's why I'm telling you, you want to fix chronic constipation early, right? Put yourself in the shoes of the individual right now, okay? Think about, she's spending about half of her waking, this person's waking hours lying down, okay? Nothing works. So what could be off our radar screen right now? They've done all these different things. Why aren't they getting cured? Why aren't they fixing their chronic constipation permanently? Well, I'm going to talk a lot about internal parasites today. Just give me a little bit of a break, okay? Today we're going to focus on organisms, full-blown organisms. They can get to such a large size, you don't need a microscope, okay? Parasites are very, very real. And today we're going to talk about full-blown organisms that you can see with your naked eye. Okay, they're very, very common. And I think this could be one of the keys to recovering your health, because most people, they ignore this topic. They don't believe that it exists because they may live in a very fancy country. They might be in Switzerland, might be in the United States, might be in Canada, might be in Sweden, might be in Germany. They're thinking, oh, this could never happen here, right? It's not even on their radar. Well, I hate to break it to you, it's definitely in your country. Alright, coming back to my presentation. There are so many parasites that are out there. I'm going to focus on a few of them today. You guys got to do your own research and learn these parasites one by one for yourself. So over here, this is the liver fluke. This is the pinworm. This is the tapeworm. And over here, we have roundworms. Now, just do a simple search. You will find people are finding worms in their Whole Foods salmon, in their Costco salmon. Even over here in Canada, the real Canadian superstore, Alberta man gets first known Canadian case of worms from grocery store raw salmon. He's not the first nor the last. Over here, there are parasite museums all over the world. This one is in Japan. In Japan, this parasite museum has over 60,000 specimens. The United States also has a national parasite collection. It has over 100,000 specimens cataloged. Now, it also has an annual growth rate of 1,000 to 1,500 specimen lots per year. So this collection is growing year over year. I want you guys to pick up some books on parasitology. I don't care if that is, for humans or veterinary parasitology. You can also check out the Library of Congress or archive.org. You will find so much resources. It's incredible because people have been studying this for hundreds of years. There are pamphlets or even publications, journals that will come out. I don't care if it's from the UK, from the United States. People, they've been studying this for a long time. And they keep finding new specimens. Just like how this U.S. National Parasite Collection, they have an annual growth rate of 1,000 to 1,500 specimens per year. First one I'm going to talk about is the liver fluke. Very, very common. They hatch in water. Once they hatch in water, they work their way up the food chain. They're going to attack an intermediary host, such as a snail. Okay? They're going to use the resources of the snail and grow to a certain size. After they grow to a certain size, they're going to exit and land on some vegetation, such as watercress. Now, the cow or the sheep, they're going to come over and eat that watercress, and this is how that liver fluke gets into their system. I'm going to give you guys some homework. Later after this presentation, I want you guys to look on YouTube and just type in Animal Planet liver fluke. Man, this lady struggled with this liver fluke for years and years. She was in so much pain and discomfort. She was going to the ER in all sorts of pain and discomfort. And after she was in the ER, they ran a whole bunch of tests on her. And the ER doctor says that we can't find anything wrong with you. Isn't that frustrating? Just go follow through and really watch that presentation. This is another one also released by Animal Planet. Worms are eating my lungs. They're different worms that like to target different parts of your body. If you're in the ranching business, they have to deal with liver flukes almost every year. Treatment of liver fluke in cattle and sheep this year, because they're finding their livestock getting very, very sick. They have to get medications to get rid of these liver flukes. And you guys have people like the Liver King. He's advocating people to eat raw liver. Now, you may not see the liver fluke right away, but if that liver has liver fluke and it's got liver fluke eggs inside of it, and you're eating that raw liver, well, you're going to get liver flukes inside of you. Many people are eating a lot of raw meats. They're looking at the food channel. They want to try steak tartare, or they're eating undercooked meats, Korean barbecue. These are all entry points. These are the risk factors people often overlook. This is the tapeworm. Tapeworm, they have a rostellum. That's their teeth. They hook on to your small and large intestines. And these are the different suckers that they have. Different species, they have different number of suckers. These are used by the parasite to anchor itself to the intestinal wall, so they're not going anywhere. Many different species of tapeworms. There are fish tapeworms, so people are ingesting a lot of raw salmon. Well, they can get tapeworms, fish tapeworms inside their body. Of course, you have a lot of tapeworms in beef, also in pork. Okay, for a lot of y'all, you like to eat a lot of rare steak, or your Texas barbecue, you like that meat tender. People like to eat chitlin and collard greens, intestinal products. You have a lot of risks when you're doing that. What else do we have here? You guys want to learn about tapeworm anatomy? Tapeworms are hermaphrodites. They can reproduce all by themselves. So over here, this is their reproductive system. They're called progonids. Okay, so just imagine you have a tapeworm that's got 1,000 progonids. Each progonid can produce 100,000 eggs. We're dealing with 100 million eggs just from one tapeworm. Over here, there's a guy in Thailand. Somebody pulled out a tapeworm that was roughly 59 feet, or roughly 18 meters in length. Okay, so how tall is a basketball hoop? It's about 3 meters. So imagine 6 NBA hoops stacked on top of one another, that combined height. That was the length of this tapeworm. But people don't think about this. Okay, so these are the additional obstructions that you may have inside your small and large intestines. We also eat a lot of intestinal products here in Asia. I stopped eating them years and years ago. We definitely eat a lot of sushi and sashimi. I stopped eating them a long time ago. And many people, they just don't know they carry a lot of risk. Roundworms are very common. They're in dogs, cats, also in rabbits and ducks. And many people, they keep rabbits and ducks as pets. This person has so many roundworms sitting inside of them. They had to go to the doctor. The doctor had to operate them right away and pull out all these roundworms. I know it looks very disgusting, but I'm just telling y'all, this is not pasta from the Olive Garden. Alright? These are roundworms, and they're multiplying very rapidly inside your body. If you're constantly experiencing stomach cramps and pain, constantly experiencing nausea, unexplained weight gain or weight loss, swollen lymph nodes, digestive problems, constipation, diarrhea, persistent gas. You're dealing with rashes, eczema, eyes and itching. It could be parasites. You see all these different parasites, not only are they extracting resources from you, but they're also using the bathroom right inside your body. So that's additional inflammation your body has to deal with. They're very common in your pets. Doesn't matter if you're dealing with dogs, dealing with cats, they're pulling a tapeworm out of their cat. And this is a different type of a parasite. It's called bot flies, very common in Africa. But bot flies can also attack human beings. Why are you finding roundworms in this small little American bully? Well, some parasites, they can pass through the umbilical cord, through gestation. Where are the risks? We're talking about undercooked meats, raw meats, okay? We are talking about contaminated water, especially when you travel abroad. People want to go to the Amazons, do their ayahuasca ceremonies. Well, do you know how to treat local water? Do you know how to filter local water? Do you know how to use chlorine dioxide? And then people, they let their cats and dogs lick all over them. Listen, that is a recipe for disaster. Some dogs are so stupid, they eat the feces of other dogs, okay? And raw vegetation also poses risks as well. I want to just throw this out there. Many people, they have a weakened immune system. Why do they have a weakened immune system? They're on corticosteroid therapy. Corticosteroid therapy means that you are taking immunosuppressants. When you're taking immunosuppressants, you're telling your white blood cells don't go to work. Right now, there's some type of a flare-up, okay? You're dealing with inflammatory response. The white blood cells are telling you there's something that's wrong. And you need to fix what that problem is. But and they do have the ability, white blood cells, they do have the ability to detect these foreign pathogens, these parasites, and know how to get rid of them. But when you are taking corticosteroid, you're turning them off, so parasites, they continue to survive and replicate unencumbered. Let me say that again. When you're on corticosteroid therapy, parasites continue to thrive and replicate unencumbered. Are you with me? Are you with me? Now what are they going to do next? They're going to siege, okay? First, they may begin in an organ. They might be in your small and large intestines. Then they're going to breach. They're going to penetrate through the intestinal walls. Okay, let me start this at the top. First, I'm going to use some military terms. First, they're going to place a siege inside your small and large intestines. Then they're going to breach. They're going to penetrate through your intestinal walls. They're going to start to occupy other organs. They may end up in your liver, like this guy over here. They had to do surgery. They're pulling out roundworms one by one out of this person's liver. Your liver is a storage of vitamins and minerals, and parasites, they know that too. Anywhere they can find nutritional value, they're going to siege, they're going to breach, they're going to occupy until you capitulate. That's what they do. That's what they're programmed to do. When you have inflammation on top of inflammation, you have a lot of dead waste material inside of you. On top of your chronic constipation, it gives them an environment for them to survive and replicate, because you have stagnation in your digestive system. Just like there's no trash, if you're not taking out the trash of your house, you're letting it sit, okay? The rats and possums and squirrels, they come in. They come in, okay? And when you are dealing with a very stagnant colon, you have waste material sitting inside of you, that's the type of environment parasites love to thrive in. But if you have a thriving digestive system, it is constantly moving, okay? What you eat, it is going out. What you eat is going out. You have a much better chance at this. That's why I do my detox protocol on a weekly basis. Next, what we gotta talk about? Pinworms. Pinworms are very common. According to PubMed, this is affecting almost 1 billion people worldwide. So it's not limited to people that are in developing countries. Pinworms don't care, okay? As long as you give them an environment to thrive in, they will survive and replicate. And many of your pets, they could be vectors, all right? What else do we have? So today we only talked about 4. And there are hundreds of thousands of parasites you can learn. Over the next 30 days, I want you guys to look up 1 parasite per day. So by the end of 30 days, you will have a database in the back of your mind. Okay, you can start to deal with full-blown organisms such as pinworms, roundworms, tapeworms, liver flukes. But later on, you have to learn also about single-cell protozoan parasites. Different parasites that are so small, they are microscopic, they're about the size of your red blood cells, and some of them, they do attack your red blood cells for nutritional value. And you wonder why some people are always lacking in oxygen. They become anemic. Malaria, an example of single-cell protozoan parasites. Go look them up. Now, there are many different herbal products in the market, so you guys have to work with your naturopathic doctor. Find the winning combination for yourself. I'm just going to list down on some things that could be very helpful to eliminate internal parasites. And these are the things they don't want you to know. Clovebud, wormwood, okay, has been used as a traditional herbal medicine to treat different parasitic infections for centuries. What else do we have? Garlic. What else do we have? We have oregano, right? There's also a lot of different products in the market. Could be a wormwood, black walnut combination. I've taken many different types of medications, herbal blends, OTC, because there are many different species of parasites. Right now, you have to assume you have more than 1 parasite inside of you, and more than 1 species of parasite inside of you. All right? For those that just kind of sit around, they don't do anything about this, they might be dealing with something called cysticercosis. This is the CT scan. So parasites have gone outside of their digestive system, now they're attacking their muscles, or in severe cases, they're even attacking their brains. This is called neural cysticercosis. They got cysts inside a person's brain. There are different medications, herbal blends. The one on the left, this is Paragard. This is for humans, also for your pets. Okay, pets, they also have herbal blends. And if you take a quick look at the ingredients, what are they using? Oregano, black walnut extract, pumpkin seed extract, okay, grapefruit extract, wormwood extract, okay, Poldarco bark extract. So you guys need to learn about this, and you need to somehow implement this. Now, I don't recommend you guys doing a detox, a parasite detox right away. You want to first get really good with my first protocol, which is cleaning out the small and large intestines. You want to do that at least 4 times. Start with once a week. You must be proficient so you know what to expect every step of the way. A lot of people that said I'm very gung-ho about cleaning out these internal parasites, well, the problem is that a lot of you can't even clean your small and large intestines now. So you take the herbal blends, you take the OTC medications, now your body's full of dead parasites you don't know how to get rid of. So that's inflammation on top of inflammation. There's something called a Herxheimer reaction, right? Because your body is overloaded with these dead parasites inside of you that's going to cause the fever, chills, diarrhea, constipation, headaches, or rashes. You want to divide and conquer your problems one by one. Just like I said earlier, you don't have to use my protocol right away. For a lot of y'all, you're so backed up, you may have to do colon hydrotherapy to begin. Get that waste material out of the colon. Divide and conquer that problem. And over time, then you do my soft flush protocol, also eliminating the waste from the small intestine. The small intestine has a surface area of a football field. You're not going to clean it right away. That's why it takes time. Detox takes time. It takes persistence. It takes regularity. Just like you're brushing your teeth every single day, you must find a routine for your detox protocols. Do you guys have any questions for me? Alright, so I also want to put some stuff out there regarding liver health. As you're upgrading your organs one by one, today we primarily focus on the small and large intestines, you're going to see your health go in a completely different trajectory. You're going to get healthier and healthier. Maybe there's going to be some slight discomfort along the way, but overall your body is going to tell you, I'm moving in the right direction. I'm going to continue on this path. I'm going to be diligent, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to be persistent. Later on, you may be excited about what else can I do to elevate my health. I want to learn about my internal organs. Maybe I want to learn about my liver next. How do I clean out the liver and gallbladder? Because many people, they're dealing with different stages of liver damage. The doctors tell them, oh, you have a non-alcoholic fatty liver. Even though you haven't been drinking at all, you're like, what the hell? Why am I dealing with a fatty liver? I've been very clean with my diet. Well, due to the environmental toxins from the air that we breathe, just from living, okay, in this modern society, your liver is going to be taxed with so much toxins. Your liver is a filter. It filters 250 gallons of blood every single day. And if you're a professional athlete, that throughput is going to be even higher. Now, for those of you, you just don't care, you're drinking, you're smoking, well, over time, your liver is going to get messed up. You're going to be dealing with liver fibrosis. I'm telling y'all that I don't care how old you are. You might be 25, 26 years old. You want to learn how you can clean out your gallbladder, okay? To do that, you must understand the function of the gallbladder. The function of the gallbladder is to produce bile, okay? And when you're learning about the liver, you also want to learn about how does it connect it with all these other pieces. You have the right and left hepatic ducts that is connected to the common hepatic duct, connected to the common bile duct, which is connected to the gallbladder, which is connected to the pancreas, and finally into your small intestine, the duodenum. Can you see the common bile duct is incredibly important? Now, when people are dealing with hormonal issues, imbalances, dealing with parasitic activity, go watch that video on Animal Planet dealing with liver flukes. Liver flukes love to attack the liver, but they could also get inside the gallbladder, causing further congestion, causing you to develop gallstones. Okay? And many people, they're dealing with so many gallstones they don't know how to get rid of. Well, there are ways to pass gallstones safely out of the gallbladder in the comfort of your own home without surgery. And of course, all this type of information is occulted from the public. They do not want you to learn this information. I have done this 50 times. And this weekend, I'm going to have to do it again. This will be my 51st coming up this weekend. My experience from doing liver cleanses, these are some of the positive experience that I've had. I no longer have these joint pains, deeper sleep, faster recovery from sports and injuries, restore libido health, faster metabolism, zero weight loss rebound, faster hair and nail growth, overall youthfulness. I can run longer, lift heavier without supplementation. Listen, that's what I'm telling y'all. I'm not here as a theorist, I'm here as a practitioner. Just sharing what I experienced so far, recovering my own personal health. Now, when you don't deal with the gallbladder, you don't know how to clean that up, you finally experience some gallbladder attacks, the only thing they have for you is surgery. They're going to poke 4 holes into you, and they're going to remove the gallbladder, okay? And this procedure is very common in the United States. We're talking about 1.2 million surgeries per year. Average cost, $4,600. And this is a $5.5 billion industry. Of course, you may have post-surgery complications, additional visits, additional medications. Bile is very important. Bile helps you break down fats, so you can actually assimilate fat-soluble vitamins, vitamins A, D, E, and K. So if you're not secreting the right amount of bile in your body, your bones are getting weaker and weaker by default. You guys understand? Over here, renals. You guys got to improve the condition of your liver and also your kidneys as early as possible. Once again, your kidneys are also filtering your blood, but people, they wait too late. And there are also different stages of liver damage, right? And some people, they wait too late. Finally, the doctors tell them you have to do dialysis, right? Dialysis is a multi-billion-dollar industry I'm talking about, over 90 billion per year. And the CAGR, this compound annual growth rate, is close to 8%. So by 2032, we're looking at over $180 billion just in this one industry. They don't want you to learn how you can improve the condition of your kidneys when you're relatively young and healthy. Now, I did not wait. I've been on this kidney detox tea for the last couple of months, and I know it's already improving the condition of my prostate health. Without getting into details, I can discuss in a later future presentation. If you're having problems upstream, you're going to have problems downstream. If you're having problems with your kidneys, you're going to have problems with your bladder. You're going to have problems with your prostate. Everything is a permeable membrane. So you want to improve the conditions of your kidneys by improving them by eliminating the waste material that's sitting inside of your kidneys right now. You may have some small deposits right now. You may have some small calcified stones. Why do you want them to sit there and let your kidneys just deteriorate over time? Why don't you learn how you can improve the conditions of your kidneys right away and take action? So this is my current detox. I recommend doing it in this order. Of course, you have to find the right You have to find the right roadmap for yourself. Detox in the small and large intestines. Next, talking about parasite detox. Next, we have liver and gallbladder flush. Next, you have kidney detox. Next, you have heavy metal detox. You have to restore the daily KPIs. Urination, proper hydration with electrolytes. You have to restore daily bowel movements. Notice that this is plural, not singular. I want you to have daily bowel movements. Next, I want you guys to be sweating. And if you don't go to the gym, that's perfectly fine. Find yourself a portable sauna. They're very inexpensive now. I think less than $200 you can buy yourself a portable sauna you can use at home for years and years to come. Make yourself sweat, okay? Now, my name is John. You guys can look into my bio link. I do have different products and services that I offer. Well, if you want to really clean out the small and large intestines, that's my first program. Now, if you want a coaching call with me, that's also available. Now, if you want to send me some tips for coffee, you can certainly do that. I do have a one-on-one health transformation. It's a 30-day program. If you're interested in that, to restore your vitality and confidence, undeniable alert, that's what you go for. I do have some PDFs that are for sale. The No BS Guide to Digestive System. Another PDF, Get Rid of Internal Parasites for Better Skin and also weight loss. Another PDF, to improve your digestive health, improve your liver health, to increase your energy level and sex drive. Okay? I have a whole separate program with videos that is the liver and gallbladder cleanse protocol to restore your vitality and mental focus. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys don't have any questions for me, I'm going to just end my presentation here. But I want you guys to take action. I've given you guys a lot of free information today. You guys can take action on right away. And I want you guys to do everything you can to piece the puzzle together for yourself and to create the roadmap. Now, if you don't know how to put that together, work with me so I can learn more about your current situation, because everyone's starting point is a little bit different. But I need that whole comprehensive scope, right? So once again, thanks so much for watching this presentation. My name is John. Follow me on my socials, The Real John Chow. And probably the best way to connect with me, just look for me on Twitter or X, The Real John Chow. My message box is open. Anyone can message me here. And look forward to connecting with you. And let's go, let's go, let's go. Have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.